All right, hello everyone. It has been a while, so Holly and I have been back on the road all day driving. We are just outside of Chuka, camped on the Murray River. Absolutely beautiful campground. There's not much more you could really want. By ourselves, really quiet and peaceful, so it's lovely. What I thought I'd do is just run through pretty much everything we've been doing to Elsie, because there's a heap of changes that we've done. Heaps of new gear, and I think the setup's almost there. Well, you know, it's never almost there, but the camping setup anyway, the general basis of it is pretty much all done. So yeah, let's run through it. I'm actually going to start on tyres. We've got some new tyres on the car. Falcon Wild Peak ATs, the all-terrain pattern, AT3Ws. So these are 285, 75, 16, so a 33-inch equivalent. They're on the negative 28 rim. Big tyre to have on this thing, very wide. Look, I went that size mainly just because I like the way they look. Probably the most ideal size would be the skinny ones, but as far as performance, these things have been absolutely unreal. In the Flinders, I just couldn't get them to slip. I've never been in a situation where I felt like, oh geez, this is getting a bit hairy. Very sure underfoot. Really happy with them, like comparable to the Mickey Thompsons easily. So yeah, really happy with them so far. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of Ks we can get out of them, and yeah, put them through their paces a bit more. Still got the Oricom tyre pressure monitoring system on. That's really good. You can check your tyre pressures and your bearing temperatures, which is awesome. I actually really love the temperatures, especially in an old car like this with a bit of weight on it. You want to keep an eye on it, which is really good. All right, so probably one of the most major modifications that we've done is the roof rack. So this is the front runner roof rack system. Awesome system, really modular, and I think it's really cool that you can get a modern roof rack on an old car. There's a lot of these things getting around with the really old school roof racks, or even the chassis mounted roof racks. I don't like the way they look. I think this like really slim, modern roof rack looks awesome on Elsie, and just front runner gear, really top quality, South African brand. You can get heaps of gear for it, just like, you know, super modular system. Pretty much any way you want it, you're gonna get it. As far as wind noise goes, people have said, you know, they're a bit noisier than other roof racks, but honestly, Elsie's so loud, I don't know the difference. Don't notice it at all. So I'll run you through some of the things we got in the roof rack. The awning we have is actually our old Super Peg awning. So we did have the newer Rapid Wing 6 from Super Peg on there. Honestly, it just didn't suit us. It was just taking too long to set up and pack up. The build quality of it, absolutely first class. The cover it provided was huge. It was the biggest on like in that class, I believe. But yeah, I think for people who are doing the quick kind of traveling like we are, it's yeah, you probably want a freestanding or something like this. But the way you had to set it up, you know, probably for people who are setting up for a long period of time. So it didn't work for us, so we swapped it out for our older one. We love this awning, but we probably might change it to a freestanding one in the future. We'll just see how we go. All right. Up top here, I've just got a little toolbox. So it's just a 95 litre Dune box from Anaconda. Awesome to put. We've got tools, snatch strap, fluids, a few little spare belts, just sort of all those bits and pieces that you sort of don't want in the car necessarily. And I've actually bolted that down to the roof rack. All right, got this in now, this box, really nice and secure. Fits great on the Troopy. And that's what it looks like inside. All bolted down, two more up there. That's one of the awesome thing about the front runner roof racks is it's a standard M8 bolt that slides into the track. So I did just little, you have to have these little steel plates, just slid the standard M8 bolt, drilled some holes in the bottom of the box, and now that's nice and secure and I don't have to strap it down. And that way I can just open the lid without taking straps off. Super easy. All right, we'll walk around towards the back. So the tent we have is the King's Quickie. It's the infamous one. It's back. Look, we really want a new tent. Pretty much just the only reason we don't have a new tent is they cost a lot of money. The kind we want to go for, but we want a forever tent, and there's heaps of awesome ones out there that we're looking at. So that'll be something in the future. But for now, this is on there. It's cracked. It's pretty horrible. I'm thinking about taking it off and then trying to fix it up a bit and doing a video on how to maybe make King's gear a bit better. Jeez, they're loud. How to make King's gear a bit better, but I'll see how we go. But yes, it's back. All right, we've got the side. Oh, sorry, actually, really cool thing. that Front Runner do. We've got the quick release tent mounts on there, so it's literally just 4 clips that you undo and you can slide the tent out. So I know people, if you've had a rooftop tent, you'll know when you don't actually need it, it's a bit of a pain to be on top of your car. They create a lot of drag, a lot of weight up top. Yeah, so just being able to take it off really quickly and easily rather than getting under there and, you have to get your arms under and unscrew it. It's a bit annoying. So awesome feature that Front Runner does. Side mount, Max Trax mount, obviously. Got 4 Max Trax on here, so that's a really nice, easy, accessible spot for it. And then we've actually got a gas bottle mount up top. So finally got the gas bottle mounted. I've had to do it a bit differently. It's not exactly as the manufacturer would have intended. I've placed the plate right on the edge of the rack here. But the good thing is, this is so modular that you can do that. You have options with it. You don't have to do it exactly as they sort of intended, which is great just to have those options and flexibility. So this way, now I can fit the box on. It's cool. The roof rack and the weight we have up top, it is a bit of weight up there, the way we've got it set up, but we would rather have a more comfortable setup that's for touring. That's what we do. We tour. We're not hardcore four drivers. It's an old car, so we don't really go too hard off road. So we'd rather have the convenience and everything up top, and just the comfort that it provides. And yeah, so it's not too bad though. It's rolling around a bit, but we're going to get airbags in the back in the future, and yeah, it should sort it out. But really happy with the roof rack so far, and yeah, keen to see what extra little modular things we can throw on it in the future. So obviously a major component of this build was the 12 volt we had with Red Arc. Now, when I put the system in, I only had a 120 amp hour AGM battery, just a real cheap one to throw in there. That was just waiting until I could get some lithium in there. Interesting point, it's a 50 amp charger from Red Arc, the BC2DC 1250D, and it's their biggest charger they do, and it completely fried the AGM battery. So it's just a point in case that bigger doesn't necessarily mean better with chargers. You've got to go with the battery size and type that you have to best suit the battery, because yeah, it fried it. So anyway, a company jumped forward, Lion Batteries Australia. They are linked down below. Check them out. They're a startup. Now, these fellas have been doing batteries, lithium batteries, for heaps of applications, residential stuff, big commercial stuff, mining applications, emergency bunkers, those kinds of things. These guys know their business when it comes to lithium batteries, so they jumped over into automotive because they've done all the R&D. So we've got 200 amp hour lithium batteries in there. So these guys are in Perth. So they sent it over they made in China. They sent them over. So they were on the boat, and then they were freighted to me. And then when I got them, I had them sitting for about 8 weeks because it was Christmas. We were moving house. Anyway, point is that they were sitting for ages. When I finally got them in, they were still at like 13.5 volts. So they hold their charge really well. So the lithium, so obviously they have a battery management system inside. They've got a little Bluetooth module inside, so you can actually link it up to a phone. Now, they've only got an Android sort of development app at the moment. They will be releasing an iOS app in the future, but I have linked it up to a mate's phone, and it's really good. You can check out how much current's going out and in. You can check the percentage of the batteries. You can check their health, how many cycles they've done, the temperature they're at. So yeah, there's heaps of info there, and it saves you having to get a battery monitor, which is really good. These batteries, I would say, are at the lower price spectrum of a premium battery. So they are a premium battery. They are built to a really, really high standard. As I said, these guys build stuff for mining applications. They have to be built to a standard. So these are a very high quality battery. They're running my 1000 watt inverter really well. I am testing them out with my dual ARB air compressor. I'll be running the car when I'm running that. But yeah, pretty much I'm going to give these batteries a real flogging and see what they can do. But just the initial impressions, they've been unbelievable. Just actually being able to run all the gear, and they can take the charge from the charger. The Red Arc gear, obviously, you can just change the charge profile easy as. And yeah, so it's really just changed the whole livability of the car and the usefulness of our setup, whereas before we couldn't really use it to its potential, whereas now we're being able to charge all our gear. We're going to be running our blender in the mornings to have smoothies. We've got an air compressor going off it. We're really giving it a good test to see what they can do. 2 fridges running off it, that's the next thing. We've got in here Dometic CF11 for a center console freezer we're using it for because we wanted a freezer. Also, it gives us an armrest and it gives us 2 cup holders. Heaps of things Elsie didn't have, so it's been a really good little upgrade. So again, really happy that we can run it off those batteries. So if you want to check out what those guys do, as I said, we'll link their website below. You can check out their batteries, but initial impressions are really good so far. Anyway, thanks for this little walk around. So we are traveling through Victoria at the moment, and we're going through into South Australia, and we're going to be going to Kangaroo Island. So we're going to be doing a couple of vlogs of just the drive there, and then when we're on Kangaroo Island, we really want to do a sort of icon style deep dive into Kangaroo Island. So really excited for that. We've got some awesome stuff planned. So yeah, it's great to be back on the road and doing what this channel's all about, which is just touring and yeah, getting out there and exploring. What do you reckon, Holt? How's your arms holding that camera?
Oh, they're alright.
What's for dinner tonight?
Dinner, we are having salmon and salad. So I'm pretty glad we're having a salad because it's pretty warm. It's quite humid here.
Getting on the canned potatoes.
Oh, I forgot about the potatoes.
Yeah, Justin from Trip in a Van, I was watching one of their videos and he pulled out the tin potatoes and I thought, you know, that's a bloody good idea for camping. So I reckon I'm going to drain them and sort of fry them up in a little bit of like oil and spices in the pan and then just mix them through the salad with the salmon. Oh, sounds good.
I'm looking forward
Yum.
to it.
I've heard they're good in a travel buddy as well. Maybe that's something we need to get, travel buddy.
Yeah.
I'd actually like a travel buddy.
And you want to get a little espresso machine. So like
Little
you said,
Nespresso. I think, careful what you say, Ho. I've had some people say to us on this channel, if you get a coffee machine, I'm going to stop watching.
Yeah, it's only a pod machine.
Hey, I like coffee, all right? I like coffee. Yeah, it's only a little pod machine.
Yeah.
Let's see how we go. Anyway, we're going to enjoy this campsite. We're going to get the drone up and we're going to get some filming done and enjoy the evening. Cool. Thanks, guys.